brilliant stargazer was paralyzed by public speaking. A groundbreaking discovery forces him to confront his biggest fear on an international stage. Will he succumb to the anxiety or find a way to share his knowledge with the world? Learn how Finn faces his fear and discover that fear is just a feeling, one you can learn to control. Finn loved the stars more than anything. Every night, he'd immerse himself in their cosmic dance, seeking answers to the universe's deepest questions. But as brilliant as he was in the observatory, Finn was terrified of something else: public speaking. Each presentation brought a storm of anxiety. His voice would tremble, his hands would shake, and he would feel a heavy weight crushing down on him. The fear of messing up haunted him relentlessly. One day, Finn discovered an exoplanet that could potentially support life. A career-defining moment, but the good news came with a catch. He had to present his findings at an international symposium. The mere thought of speaking in front of the world's leading experts filled Finn with dread. He considered giving the opportunity to someone else, anything to avoid facing his fears. Overwhelmed, Finn sought advice from his mentor, Dr. Lena, a seasoned scientist known for her wisdom and calm demeanor. He hoped she could offer some guidance on how to overcome his fear. Finn. Dr. Lena said, "Fear is real, but it is not in charge. It's just a passenger. You can let it scream in the back seat, but you must keep your hands on the wheel." Finn didn't fully understand, but Dr. Lena's words resonated within him, a beacon of hope in his sea of anxiety. He decided to try and grasp the meaning behind her metaphor. He began practicing his speech, not in empty rooms, but imagining a hostile audience filled with skeptical faces, challenging his every word. Initially, his fear was overwhelming, the pounding in his chest, the shaking of his hands almost unbearable. But he persisted, pushing through the discomfort. Days turned into weeks, and Finn learned to coexist with his fear, acknowledging its presence, but refusing to let it dictate his actions. He realized that the noise of fear could be loud and distracting, but it didn't have to control his voice or his actions. He could speak alongside it. Finally, the day of the symposium arrived. The auditorium was vast, filled with the brightest minds from around the world. Finn's heart pounded in his chest. As he stepped onto the stage, his legs trembled, and the fear was a cold knot in his stomach. It felt as if a roaring monster was unleashed inside him. But then he saw the glowing projection of his new planet, the silent, mysterious world he had discovered. His passion for science took over. Speaking steadily, he shared his data, his hopes, and the wonder of what might be out there in the universe. His fear didn't vanish, but it no longer ruled him. He was performing alongside his fear, not waiting for it to disappear. He allowed the excitement to overcome his fear. When he finished, the room erupted in applause. Finn smiled, a quiet confidence growing within him. he had learned an important truth. Fear is just a feeling, a loud, distracting noise, but only as powerful as we allow it to be. From that day on, whenever fear crept in, Finn held the wheel steady, knowing he was in control of his journey. He began to seek out new challenges, eager to grow. One evening, Dr. Lena approached Finn with an invitation to co-present at a prestigious conference. This was an opportunity that would showcase their collaborative work. At first, Finn hesitated, feeling the familiar prickle of anxiety. However, he remembered his progress and the tools he had acquired. Taking a deep breath, Finn accepted Dr. Lena's offer, knowing it would be another step in his journey of overcoming fear. Together, Finn and Dr. Lena began preparing for the conference, dividing the presentation into sections that played to each of their strengths. As the conference approached, Finn practiced mindfulness exercises and visualizations to manage his anxiety and ground himself in the present moment. On the day of the conference, Finn felt a sense of calm anticipation, knowing that he had done everything he could to prepare. As they walked onto the stage together, Finn felt Dr. Lena's reassuring presence beside him, providing strength and support. Finn and Dr. Lena delivered a compelling presentation, sharing their findings with passion and enthusiasm, captivating the audience with their insights. At the end of their presentation, the audience rose to their feet, applauding enthusiastically, recognizing the significance of their work and their courage in sharing it. Finn realized that fear would always be a part of his life, but it didn't have to define him. He had the power to choose how he responded. As Finn continued his career, he embraced challenges and opportunities, knowing that fear was just a feeling, a passenger in his journey, not the driver.